talking like they next door. I still treat them like some. Showers on the way. I've been working 25 hours every day. Pull up with the bands, have them dancing in the rain. Pull up with the bands, have them dancing in the rain. Yo. Know your place, yeah, know your place, yeah. I got look like right now, I'm impatient. I got women on the cell trying to get me. I still wish it would, I still wish them well, yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Bears going up against the Packers.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Throwing on second down. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Packers. Keith Mumphrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Shaheen, the tight end, on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Room to run inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper. 17 yards, first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now Trubisky to throw on second.
The insistence is...
And he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rodgers to throw on second down. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production means they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bears will take over at their own 20. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On second down, Trubisky going deep downfield for Ross. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Check, Patriot! Here we go!
On third down, Trubisky. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Check, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Watching that body! Gun! Watching that body!
On second down, here's Trubisky. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And it's a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now he'll escape. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Bears. And some room to work. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
To throw on second down. Rodgers. Room here to run. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep and got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Keith Mumphrey with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Trubisky will throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. Spinning again. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. They'll run it now out of the gun. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
That's complete to John Ross. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Trubisky on first down. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Play action. It's Trubisky. Got the man over the middle, and it's complete. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Second down following the run. Now a handoff looking right. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. Now a handoff here to his running back. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That one 28 yards on the ground.
4th and 1. I don't think Wild Horses could have dragged that quarterback off the field. He was motioning to go for it from the start. And sure enough, it's the ground game that gets him the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Marty.
This time, Trubisky will throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Blue line it. No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. This is caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now they try the right side here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Mitchell Trubisky, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
On the return, here comes Keith Mumphrey. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Now a handoff as they run left side. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, You're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Davis has it over the middle. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Play action. Now Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
First down, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Davis. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now Rodgers. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Back now at Lambeau. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The swing pass caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are back within a score. And again, it's Rodgers. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he loses the football a second time. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief, because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done, but they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Rodgers going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal. And if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
Returning it, John Ross. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now a handoff working right. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. It's Trubisky. Going down the middle, and it's complete. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Let's go.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now it's Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Second down, 8. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Aaron Rodgers so cool in these situations, but he's got to get his guys moving.
Yeah, they have to be able to have that urgency while still keeping their cool.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. A gain of 32 that time.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it?
Picture me putting my city all over the map. They wasn't believers, I had to get even in mad. We coming up, pulling up, jumping all over your grass. So tell them I got a new girl. Tell them that I'm begging on one of my 50s in cash. I'm tired of living check to check. I need 20 models and smiling in my grave, fresh to death. I've been Wu-Tang with a spectral deck. Yeah, I gotta just get off my chest. I cannot miss it, got last on my list and you next. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, but I think I might just skirt off. Blow the speakers and turn up. Pop up. Go to church with my shirt off. Tell the Lord that I'm here now. I've been waiting for so long. I've been